incredible service animals. Number 10. Ferrets. A ferret isn't the type of animal that you would typically think of when you're thinking about service animals. Ferrets have been used with increasing regularity, however, thanks to their usefulness, especially when it comes to detecting seizures. Ferrets are ideal for a variety of tasks thanks to their small size, social and easygoing nature, and their tendency to be quiet and attentive to their owners. They're also much less likely to trigger allergies in people, so it is easier for them to help a wider range of people and go almost anywhere. Although these animals are not the typical service animal, they are preferred by many people. It's probably not smart to discount these little guys when it comes to therapy animals. Number 9. Parrots. These birds make great therapy animals because of their ability to copy human speech. This ability makes them invaluable for people who suffer from anxiety, PTSD, autism, and bipolar disorder. When the owner is having an anxiety attack come on, the parrot can deliver calming lines to try and pacify their owners before something drastic happens. For autistic people, they can bring their partner into the world when they are having an episode in a way that another human might not be able to accomplish. Although animals other than dogs and sometimes miniature horses can't be classified as common service animals because of regulations put in place by the ADA or Americans with Disabilities Act, there are no regulations on therapy animals, so parrots make great therapy animals. Number 8. Pigs. There are several upsides and downsides to these therapy animals. Obviously, these animals can't go everywhere with you. No matter how clean a pig is, it's still a pig, and they are bound to stink. Pigs can be trained to help with various tasks though, and they have been known to help people with severe anxiety disorders. Because this is a therapy animal and not an official service animal, there aren't a lot of regulations on it, and it can be hard to own one of these animals because of the bias against therapy animals. There have been several instances of these animals being trained and genuinely helping the people who own them though. They also cause quite a stir whenever they are taken on airplanes because most people believe them to be gratuitous and unnecessary. Number 7. Capuchin monkeys. Monkeys and other primates may not be considered man's best friend, but they are our closest relatives in a biological aspect. A monkey service animal seems like a no-brainer then. Several primates can be trained to act as service animals, but the most common are capuchin monkeys. They're helpful to people with severe spinal injuries or paralysis because they have opposable thumbs that make it easy to perform everyday tasks for people who can't do it themselves. They can be trained to make food, open bottles, and maintain their partner's hygiene. There's some controversy included in this though, because some people at the Humane Society of the United States argue that some of their training involves abuse and that they can't be classified as real service animals because of it. Number 6. Golden Retrievers. Golden Retrievers are among the best types of service animals because they are incredibly intelligent, loyal, and extremely receptive to training. All dogs tend to make wonderful service animals and have been used in the mainstream since the 1920s for various reasons. There are also references for them being used to help disabled people that date back centuries. The most notable of these reasons have been seeing eye dogs, which assist blind people. Because of their versatility, dogs can be trained to fill nearly any kind of service position, and they are the gold standard for this. Dogs are also one of only 2 animals that can be classified as official service animals because of their ability to help with a wide array of tasks in a way that many animals can't. Number 5. Boa constrictor. Yep, this isn't a joke. There aren't a lot of examples of this, but there is one quite notable one. Daniel Green keeps a 5-foot-long boa constrictor around his neck at all times so that it can predict his seizure. He named the snake Red Rock, and when it senses an attack coming on, it will constrict slightly around him to warn him of the assault. This tactic isn't exactly proved to work, but Green maintains that Red Rock is invaluable to him and that he needs it with him. Because his service animal is a giant snake, Green isn't able to take it everywhere with him, and he has been asked to leave more than one place. His use of the boa constrictor ignited a debate about what a service animal is and if regulations should be tightened regarding therapy animals. The Department of Justice wants to declassify wild animals, reptiles, rabbits, farm animals, amphibians, ferrets, and rodents as service animals so that people can't take them everywhere with them. Whether or not this is a good idea is up for debate, and there aren't any right answers. Number 4. Llama and alpaca. Although these guys have trouble being classified as service animals as well, they do make excellent therapy companions. The most successful of these examples is a pair consisting of an alpaca named Napoleon and a llama named Rojo that are employed by a children's hospital in Oregon. The staff says that they are the life and soul of the hospital, and they bring their very own brand of healing to the patients. Rojo was the first animal at the hospital because it was the operator of the hospital's pet, and it was suggested to him that he make the animal a therapy animal. They're usually dressed up in silly outfits, and they are said to bring light into whatever room they walk into when working. The representative from the hospital also says that animals trigger a natural therapeutic response in humans that make them amazing tools for recovery. Number 3. Dolphins. Dolphins aren't the type of therapy animal that you can take with you everywhere, but dolphin-assisted therapy, or DAT, is becoming increasingly common. The dolphins can be used to help with a variety of different diseases and disabilities, and programs for this kind of treatment can be found in almost everywhere in the world. This kind of therapy has been used since 1978 when it was first employed by a Dr. David Nathanson. The dolphins are said to help improve motor and speech functions among the mentally, physically, and emotionally disabled. This treatment is primarily used to help children with developmental disorders like Down syndrome and autism. The treatment is a topic of controversy, though, because the safety and efficacy of it have been put under scrutiny almost since its inception. Some people say that the sonar that the dolphins have might help trigger healing by increasing T cells and endorphins. This theory is obviously not proven, though. Number 2. Cats. These favorite felines aren't commonly used in one-on-one therapy. They're more typically used in environments like hospices and retirement homes to help the residents there. Not every cat can be a therapy cat, though. The cat needs to be friendly and sociable, which anyone who owns one will tell you is rare. Cats have been used in a lot of ways, but most notably they have been known to be beneficial to stroke victims because they are excellent at comfort and calming. They can also be used to lower blood pressure in individual patients. Some people for the utilization of these animals say that the support of these animals can sometimes surpass even pharmaceutical treatment. One person reviewed 25 different studies and decided that these animals did have a positive effect on patients. The person said that people that interacted with the cats were more alert, smiled more, and helped aggressive patients calm down enough to function more with other people. It's also been suggested that cats can sense death, but that isn't true. Maybe.
And now for number 1. But first, be sure to subscribe for new videos every day.
Number 1. Miniature horses. Miniature horses can be useful service animals for a variety of reasons. They are less easily distracted than even the most well-trained of dogs can be. They are extremely loyal, and they are much less threatening than some of the bigger dogs. Miniature horses are used as a replacement for seeing eye dogs, but there are pros and cons to both animals. Horses need more room to live, but they also tend to live for about 30 years as opposed to a dog's 12. People who have allergies to dogs tend not to have allergies to horses as well. There's also a religious aspect because in the Muslim religion, dogs are considered to be unclean, but horses aren't. The demand for these guide dog substitutes has been so high that it has been difficult to meet the needs. Some organizations that match these miniature horses have even stopped accepting applications because there is just too high of a demand.